Mission 26, but for some reason the broadcast just ended in stream, so we'll see what happens as we move forward from here. So thumbs up to that part. So we're going to jump in here to Mission 26. Just, of course, as you can tell, heads up, we've lost the leader of Jericho. Marcus was killed previously by my alter ego, if you will. Lord knows I seem to have like 400 million of them. I can't think of his name. Connor was actually able to subdue Marcus in the last battle, the previous scene. So the bomb never went off. So this is a whole entire new cause and effect on this. So let's jump in here to Mission 26 again and see what we can discover. Let's put it up. Here we go.
At 6 a.m. this morning, a national curfew was declared. Civilian movement will be strictly controlled. The right to assembly is suspended. All electronic communications are restricted, and I have granted enhanced powers to our security agencies. In addition to these measures, all androids must be handed over to the authorities immediately. Temporary camps are being set up in all our major cities
Holocaust?
to contain and destroy them. I am now asking all civilians to cooperate with the authorities and rest assured that everything in our power is being done to guarantee the security of our nation.
Please! Please? Over here, please?
That's it.
Please? Please?
What can you tell us about the assault that happened last night?
The FBI raided an abandoned freighter in Detroit at 10:45 p.m. yesterday. Several thousand androids were destroyed or captured. Our forces are now combing the streets to ensure that none got met. We are going to find them one by one and destroy them.
Madam President!
Has the leader of the Deviants been apprehended?
The deviant leader has not been located yet, but we will soon track it down and neutralize it.
Please! Madam President! Madam President! Many believe that androids are a new form of intelligent life. Do you have any comment?
That's ridiculous. Next question, please.
What?
Please!
Madam President!
Let's go. Recall centers. Our public opinion.
Public opinion seems to have become increasingly favorable to the Deviants, particularly since they've adopted a peaceful approach. How do you feel about this?
Public opinion is one thing, the security of the state is another. These deviants are dangerous, and my highest priority is to protect the American people.
Madam President!
Deviant cyber life.
Please?
See our recall centers.
Some say these camps awaken painful memories from human history. How do you respond to that?
Ah, there we go. That's cool.
Absolutely no connection. Androids are not living beings. All we are doing is destroying defective machines. Thank you. That will be all.
Actually, like the question process I went through this time, as they compared willingly in the game, which is pretty cool, the Holocaust to their camps there.
Is the day the android people rose up against their oppressors. We have been fighting to liberate our fellow androids from the camp since dawn. We won't cease hostilities until our people are free and negotiations begin to grant us equal rights.
Interesting.
There are millions of us, and we will stop at nothing.
That's very interesting. Now, if Jericho is destroyed and Marcus lives, what happens is Marcus actually leads that fight against that concentration camp in Detroit, if you will. So it's pretty interesting to see what they allow you to do depending on which characters are alive or dead. Now, also in the concentration camps or in the encampments, we had Allison alive, and we saw the story with Alice, and of course with Kara. So we've wiped out all those variables, and we're just now only with one deviant left under control, or one android left under control, which is, of course, is Connor. Not to be confused with Sean Connery. Wait a minute. Okay. So this still happens, although... Interesting. Because this happened in the regular game, but the difference is that battle where we put the flag in the flag in the sandbags. We actually did that with Marcus. So it looks like we're going to be doing this one here, and this is where we have an opportunity to kill or not kill our former partner. Fire! Fire!
Shouldn't do this, Connor.
Keep out of this, Lieutenant. It's none of your business.
That's what I thought for a long time, but I was wrong. Deviant's blood may be a different color than mine. They're alive.
I have a mission to accomplish, Hank. It's best if you just stay out of this.
That's friendly?
Deviants are a threat to humans, Hank. They're the reason this country's on the brink of civil war. They have to be stopped.
We're in this mess because we refuse to listen to deviants. Humanity never learns from its mistakes, Connor. This time it could be different. Step away from the ledge.
This time... That's a big gun.
After all we've been through, I respected you, Hank. I thought we were friends.
Oh, yeah, I was just starting to like you, too. But then I realized you never change. You don't feel emotions, Connor. You fake them. You pretended to be my friend when you don't even know the meaning of the word.
I know what happened to your son, Hank. It wasn't your fault. The truck skidded on a sheet of ice and your car rolled over. Little Cole had just turned 6.
Shut up! Don't you talk about my son.
Well, I'm not done yet, buddy.
He needed emergency surgery. But no human was available to do it, so an android had to take care of him. Poor Cole didn't make it. An android killed your son, Hank, and now you want to save them?
No. Cole died because a human surgeon was too
Too
high
drunk.
on red ice to
Oh,
operate.
too high.
All this time I blamed androids for what happened, but it was the humans' fault. Him in this fucked up world where the only way people can find comfort is with a fistful of powder.
Aw, oh, come on. I'm not gonna help Connor. Come on, Connor, don't. Not gonna help Connor.
Moment of truth, Hank. Am I a living being? Or just a machine?
Uploading memory.
You're a machine, Connor. Just a machine.
Oh, after I did all that to protect you, and he still killed me. What kind of baloney was that? Get into the chopper. Let's see, do we get to fight in this one or no?
We can't go back. It's victory or death now.
You got the dirty bomb. It will not affect the androids. That's the one good thing about it, I guess.
They're all dead. Run! Run!
What are you doing? Keep fighting. We can still win.
Wow. They lost that one. Oh, look, guess who's back? Back again. Connor's back. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
The mission is to neutralize the leader of the deviants. And I always accomplish my mission.
We fought for our dream and we lost. You can't make people last forever. One day we'll rise up again and we will win. Go. Shoot. What are you waiting for?
You have to live with defeat. I don't have to. Get into the corner. Arrgh.
And now, straight over to Detroit for a report on the conflict. Joss?
Yes, Michael, authorities have just confirmed fighting has now ceased in Detroit, and the area around the Hart Plaza camp is now under control. We can see soldiers going through the city at this very moment, and they are exterminating the last fleeing deviants.
Law and order has finally been restored to the streets of Detroit.
There is a general feeling of shock in Detroit after the terrible events of the last few hours.
The destruction of the androids in the camps can now continue as planned. Nevertheless, it will take some time for Detroit to recover from these events.
By creating machines more intelligent than ourselves, we took immense risks with the very future of our civilization. However, the situation is now under control. The total destruction of all androids will soon be complete, and the last remaining deviants will be hunted down and destroyed. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Interesting. So, that's an interesting ending to the series. If Marcus dies, not only is the last umpteen segments taken from you, from planting the flag to fighting for the right to live, to freeing the robots or the androids in a camp, all that creativity and everything is taken from you. So you just get to watch the movies. The movie and the AR and the AI in the game with the game, beautifully done. So I'm excited to see. They've got to make a part 2 for Detroit Human. Heck, if they made a part 3 or part 4, that would be cool. But we'll see what the game makers do. We'll see what the game sales say. My personal opinion, 2 thumbs up. If I had 3 thumbs, it'd be 3 thumbs. 4 thumbs. But point in case being, other storylines from the decisions I made. There are a few major decisions that I've made in this game here. One, I chose not to. I chose to defy the old man who was Marcus's boss, the one he took care of, the artist, and I defended myself and killed his son by accident. I allowed Kara, which is one in front of us here, and Alice, I allowed Alice's dad to kill Alice. But here's a spoiler alert. Alice is an android. You find this out at the end of the regular game if you save Alice and you turn Kara into a deviant. So, couple of spoiler alerts there. So, whatever you're doing, just remember that. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see what you can and cannot do. Deviants, who you choose to. Now, Marcus, some of the keynotes I have noticed with the game. If you choose to save the female android, Chloe, instead of killing Chloe, then at that point in time, you get the ability, thumbs up, to actually corrupt your programming so as you go further along in the game and you stick up for the droids and you allow certain things to be done. Excuse me. You get the option to become a deviant when you're facing Marcus. But again, it's your choice and your call whether you want to jump into the deviant role or stay up on the program role, which is set for you. Kara's original soundtrack. Oh, they have 3 different composers for the soundtrack of this. Each main character, Kara, Connor, and Marcus, has their own conductor creating music for a little bit of interesting information, facts for you guys about the game system. So they took 3 different people to actually create the music for each of the main characters that you get to play. So, you know, I want to thank everyone for putting that in their thought process into that for the music, because I know a lot of times you get one person that gets to do it all, which is always awesome, but when each main character is so set apart, they're so defined that they bring in a conductor to create their own style of music for that particular character. Marcus, Kara, and Connor, the 3 main characters of the show. Now, I chose to allow some of them to be tossed off into space. Just to get the different backgrounds and the different ways you can do stuff. So, thumbs up to that part. As you can tell, I'm just talking through the credits as they're rolling. You know, whether you guys realize it or not, credits are extremely important. And of course, watching the credits is really a good thing, because it's amazing just to see some of the stuff that you get to do, or you get to face, and you get to work with. Because you'd be surprised on how many people, of course, it takes to make a video game, the years it takes out. I'm excited for what I've been told so far about, are you ready for this? Fallout 76. Thumbs up. Fallout 5 is titled Fallout 76. So I'm looking into it, talking to a couple different companies, finding out what I can find out to give you guys some food and stuff on that one. So, thumbs up. You know, Bathsheba. Thank you very much for continuing to produce an awesome game. Now, if EA would pull their heads out of their butts, when they bought Westwood Studios for Command & Conquer, and get back to Command & Conquer's original ground, they could sit there and have Command & Conquer still going today. Command & Conquer Red Alert. But for some reason, they've changed a couple different directors. They have one particular director for Command & Conquer Red Alert, which is quite interesting. Command & Conquer Generals. When they got a new overseer for Command & Conquer, and then created Command & Conquer General was not, public opinion, sales numbers, one of the better or worse games they created, was not an issue. It's the fact that when they created Command & Conquer 4, Command & Conquer games. I have this thing of buying the limited editions that have the numbers on them. Well, when they made Command & Conquer 4, they made several mistakes. This is just my personal opinion. It's not based on fact. It's not based on anything. When they did Command & Conquer 4, the governing authorities actually came back and apologized, because Command & Conquer 4, you have to be connected to the internet in order to do anything with it. Pain in the arse, if you will, because if you get a hiccup in the internet, you lose everything. You gotta start that same mission or that same process all over from scratch. Doesn't set very well. The creator, the governing authorities, he actually came back and apologized, a publicly apology to everyone, and said, if I know it was gonna be like this, I would have never implemented that. And so ever since then, that kind of killed Command & Conquer, I'm guessing. Personal opinion, not fact, with the whole entire thing. Now, earlier tonight, I was speaking in a chat room before I jump back on with you guys, before I cut the chat room out. One of my friends, Spawn Joe 69 on Twitch, was talking to me about how these types of games are very complicated for him when he plays. Because he's played Heavy Rain and Two Souls. Excellent games, by the way. If you have not played them, get them. They are worth investing money into. And he said part of the issues that he has is like the decisions that you make, the effects that they have. I understand the effects, the cause and play. That's the great thing about being able to sit there and run through this like this, so you get an idea of what the different effects are. And because you have the ability with these different effects, that you can actually sit there and say, okay, well, if I did this, you can actually, as a person, if you don't really think things through from start to finish, or this, that, the other, you can actually take a minute and sit there and go, if I did this, what could the outcome possibly be? Or if I did that, what could the possibly outcome be? So I sat there and look at this like, that's great. These are good games to sit there and be playing, because the outcome, we don't know what outcomes are going to be in life, but this gives you the opportunity to not just rush in, well, this is what I'm going to do because this, that, the other. No, wait, take a step back. Let's look at the different outcomes, what the choices could be. I always compare these types of games to Telltale games, whether it be the Batman one, the Back to the Future Telltale game, Game of Thrones, whatever. Your choices that you do will dictate the line of possible events, whether it costs someone their life, whether it gets a friendship, whether it destroys something or builds a brand new relationship, whatever it may be. It's quite interesting to see how everything fits together. So I sat there and I look at this and said, okay, well, let's look at our decision. Let's see what's going to be what. The first playthrough I did, some of the major differences, which, like I said, I know a lot of the differences between the three because I saw the differences of playing all the way through, where I kept Marcus alive instead of killing him off, where I saved the little girl instead of allowing I saved the little android instead of allowing her dad to destroy the android, because you don't really know that she's an android until the end of the game. You know, and that's one of the cool things about it. So this one here, with what they've done, I think it's interesting that without Marcus, everyone went back. They all said, okay, we're not going to do this. We can't do this. See, these are all my different choices right now that I've made compared to I've normally made. Connor spared North. So that's really interesting to see what did and what didn't happen. The way it did and did not play out. So, again, focus on the gameplay. Have some fun if you haven't done it. We'll be coming back, doing some different things, choices and stuff like that. Another thing we'll be doing possibly later at a different time is actually exploring every single outcome that you can get for each mission. So, you know, we'll be looking into that for a later date. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for sticking with us, working our way through this, having fun, pushing forward, and of course, kicking some butt. You know, again, within an upcoming week or two, I think it is, we've almost completely finished compiling all of our information for the PlayStation 5 review. Yes, I say preview. That's even better, because I have a report from Sony, from different leaders, different people in the industry, professionals, non-professionals, everyone in between, on what we're looking forward to for the PS5, what we can expect, the difference between the PS5 and the Xbox One. Final score, PS4, Xbox One, I don't know. I'm just tossing it out there. So, again, thank you guys very much for joining me. I appreciate your guys' follow. Subscribe to us, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or even if you want to just drop us a line on any of our friends, including Discord, at ChewGamers. And of course, stop by and visit our webpage, ChewGamers.com. It's under development, ChewGamers. Again, it's still under development. We've just started working on it with all the stuff that we have going on. So we want to thank you, the viewers, and everyone else for making this happen so that we can come here daily and stream for you guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys this Saturday, if not before. Have some fun, kick some butt, and roll on. And of course, we'll see you in a while.